What's going on YouTube? I am back with another video, and this one we are headed to a local card show here in Louisville, Kentucky. Today is Saturday, January 6th. This is the very first card show that I will be attending in 2024, so I'm very, very excited. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is pretty nasty outside today in Louisville, so it's the perfect day to head inside to a card show, so I am very, very excited. So just a couple things that I'm going to be looking for today. Honestly, nothing really in particular, but I'll be looking for just rare stuff. You know, I don't have like the next Fire Pack series planned yet. Honestly, don't have a ton of inventory right now, so I'm going to head to the ATM here in a minute, get some cash, and again, I'll just be looking for anything rare, case hits, stained glass, Donruss downtowns, anything like that. So, you know, all sports, pretty much basketball, football mainly, but, you know, anything. And then, of course, anything that catches my eye that, you know, it might be for the PC. So, we'll see how today goes. Again, first show of the new year, so excited to get back. So let's head to the ATM, get some cash, and then we will head on to the show. All right, guys, so we just hit up the ATM, got $300 in cash. That's all we're bringing today. That's all I'm really planning on spending. Again, I don't have anything planned as of right now for future Fire Packs. I'll probably do something in the near future in the next couple months, but as of right now, I just don't know what that's going to be. So I don't want to go too crazy, not trying to, you know, spend a ton today. So we're bringing $300 cash. We'll see if I spend that or if, you know, I end up spending more. You know how that goes. Can definitely sometimes end up spending more than we plan. But we'll see how it goes. But that's pretty much all I wanted to update you guys. We got our cash, we're ready. So let's head on to the show and I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, quick update before we head into the show. So I'm having an issue with my SD card in my GoPro. It's saying it's full, but it definitely shouldn't be full, and it's not letting me delete anything. So no idea what's going on there. So that's very, very unfortunate because typically I would just, you know, have the GoPro running on my, you know, attached to my backpack. Not going to be able to do that today, so that's going to make, you know, getting transactions and stuff, clips of transactions, a lot more difficult if I have to get out my iPhone. So I'm going to do the best I can. Just wanted to give you guys an update. That's very, very unfortunate. I'm pretty disappointed about that. I have no idea what's going on. So I might mess with it a little bit longer and see if I can figure it out. But as of right now, it's looking like we're not going to have any GoPro footage from the show. I'm just going to do the best I can with my iPhone. So quick update. Now I'm going to head in. All right, guys, here is how the show is looking. It's, let's see, it's probably about 9:30, so I've been in here about 20 minutes. Basically just did one lap, and man, it is not looking good. Not a lot of stuff that I'm interested in here. I've seen a lot of Pokemon and baseball, which, I don't know, I typically don't see a ton of that stuff in here, but not really a lot of stuff that I'm looking for, so we'll do some more laps, see what we can find, but yeah, this is what it's looking like right now. All right, guys, just checking back in real quick from the show. It's about 10. I've probably done like 3 laps or so around the show. It is definitely picking up as far as people attending the show, but honestly, I haven't picked up a single card from a dealer. I did make 2 pickups from someone who walked up to me at the show. Picked up some really nice cards that way, so I think I ended up spending $180 on 2 cards. So got $120 left. Again, haven't picked up any cards from dealers, so I'm going to do probably like 1 more lap. I think at this point I've seen pretty much everything, but we're just going to go back one more time, see if I missed anything, and see if we pick anything else up. All right, guys, so we just walked out of the show. It is 10:20, so I was only in there like an hour, 20 minutes, and I probably did, I don't know, I probably did like 4 to 5 laps around the entire show, and I don't think, yeah, I didn't pick up a single card from a dealer. Luckily, a couple people walked up to me. Actually, one person walked up, asked if I was interested in looking through what they had. And I've made deals with this person before. So shout out to him. I really appreciate the deals. I picked up 2 cards from him for $180. And then I was doing like 1-2 more laps just around the show, seeing if I found anything that I missed. And there were a few tables, I do want to say. There were a few tables that had stuff that I was interested in. Like I was really looking for like stained glass, the new Donruss downtown, stuff like that, like case hit stuff, rare stuff that is super hot that people are interested in. There were a couple tables that had that stuff, but it was marked pretty high. So unfortunately, I didn't make any deals with the dealers. But then actually the same guy that I made that first deal with, I saw him going through somebody else's like box, going through their cards to see if he could pick anything up. And I said, hey, can I take a look as well? And I literally could not believe my eyes at one of the cards he was actually looking at, and I was like, oh, are you picking up that card? Because if not, I definitely want it. It's a card that I was actually looking at on eBay earlier this week. So, and it's super, super rare. So to find one in this local show of like 30, 40 tables of someone who wasn't even set up is just crazy. So he said he was going to pass on it if I wanted it. I snap bought it. So I brought $300 cash. I spent $180 with that first guy. The asking price of the card, or on the card from the other guy, was $120, exactly what I had left over. Snap bought the card, and then actually picked up another card he had as well, a mosaic stained glass. So I actually did go $40 over budget. That card was $40. So spent $340 total, but super, super happy with what I got. Everything I got is like really what I was looking for, like rare stuff. So I'm going to head home. Again, I only picked up 4 cards, so I'll head home, show you guys what we picked up. Shouldn't take too long, but stay tuned. You don't want to miss the pickups. All right, guys, and we have made it back home. So I'm recording this clip of the pickups the following day from the show. Today is Sunday the 7th. I'm going to plan on getting this video up later on today. So before we do get into the pickups, I just want to go over a little bit more about the show. So again, I was trying to look for cards that are rare, case hit stuff, stained glass, downtown, kaboom, if it's reasonable, stuff like that. So there were a few tables that had a couple of those cards, but the sticker prices on a lot of them were just so like crazy over comps. I honestly didn't even make a single offer on any of that stuff. For example, there was one table with a Joe Montana downtown out of this year's Donruss. The sticker price on that was $250. And then I went ahead and looked up comps because I was thinking about, maybe making an offer. I wanted to see what they were doing. And the last few were around anywhere from like 120 to 150 maybe. So honestly, I would probably want to be around like 120. And I mean, if the sticker is 250, I'm not even going to make an offer of like less than half the price. So that's just one example. A lot of the stuff, it was just way overpriced. So I didn't pick up a single card from a dealer at the show, but luckily there were other people attending the show that had stuff who, I've made deals with before. And, they're fair, I'm fair, we can usually come to a deal. So luckily I was able to pick up a few cards that way. So let's go ahead and get into the pickups. Again, I'm thinking about doing, like a fire pack series. As of right now, my thought is to maybe prepare something for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is like early February. It's Super Bowl 58. So I'm thinking about something maybe where I do like a 58 pack series, or I do a series that everything's like $58, something like that. I'm kind of, playing around with ideas. Right now I don't have a ton of inventory, so kind of, seeing, if I want to try to pick up 58 cards in like a month, that's going to be kind of tough to do, but we'll see. So that's just kind of some of the stuff I'm toying around with right now. But the first pickup of the show, I picked up this card and the next card from the same guy. I believe his name is Sam. Again, I've made a deal or two with him previous, but he's super easy to work with. So we got the CJ Stroud Blue Reactive. I'm recording this again on Sunday morning, so the Texans did just beat the Colts last night, and CJ Stroud is absolutely 100% the real deal. So definitely happy to pick this up. I believe I got this, I know like a month or two ago, I picked some of these up prior to the Whatnot virtual card show, and these were doing like, I want to say like 80 to 100 bucks. I think I got this one for like 40 maybe 50 bucks, somewhere around there, 40 or 50 bucks, because I did get it with this one. So I'll go ahead and show the next card as well. Picked up a Devontae Adams downtown out of this year's Donruss, and this is a really cool one. I like the artwork on this with like, I don't know it's like I guess a Raider. I don't know. I just think the artwork's pretty cool. I guess there's like Raiders back there. I don't know. I'm not sure what they would technically be, but it was a super cool card. But I think the price I was going with on this was like 130-ish, and then this one was like 50. So I guess that makes sense. I picked these up for 180, so about 130 on the Devontae Adams, and then 50 on the Stroud. So I don't know. These seem to have come down a little bit, but after last night, he played really well. The first play of the game, that throw to Nico Collins was just crazy. So anyway, CJ Stroud is just absolutely on fire. He is the real deal for sure. So I'm probably potentially going to look at that one to grade. I don't know if I want to, again, if I do a Fire Pack series, I want to do like rare stuff. A Blue Reactive isn't necessarily super rare. So we'll see on that, but I'm going to check that one out for grading. But this is super cool, and that one will definitely be in a future Fire Pack as well as this one. So again, Sam, who I made that first deal with, I saw him at an empty table going through someone else's cards that was attending the show, not a dealer. And I'm kind of peeking over, and I see a card, which you guys are going to see here in a minute. I see a card, and I'm like, I cannot believe that card is here. And I thought he was actually going to buy it, and I'm like, I kind of interrupted him. I was like, are you going to buy that card? And he's like, I'm kind of thinking about it, but if you want it, I mean, you can definitely take it. And I was like, okay, absolutely, I want it. So I picked up that. The next card I'm going to show you I picked up first, but then I actually made another deal with that same guy. He had this Zach Charbonnet stained glass, and I'm just a sucker for this year's stained glass. I think they look so good, and this one was actually relatively cheap. This one was only like 40 bucks. So for a Mosaic stained glass case hit for 40 bucks, I mean, I'll do that all day. And he's a pretty decent rookie too. I know he's had a decent year. So I picked up the Charbonnet. And then this was the card that caught my eye. I could not believe it. I was literally looking at stained glass Lamars and the micro mosaic Lamars earlier this week on eBay. And to find this at the show, I was kind of shocked, honestly, because you don't see, I didn't see a single other micro mosaic at the show. These are very, very rare. Definitely the most rare case hit. Or actually, I guess, I don't even know if they're considered case hits. They're probably more rare than case hits. So these are definitely the most rare insert out of Mosaic. So to find this at again, like a 30, 40 dealer show of someone who's not even set up, just attending the show, was absolutely crazy. I brought $300 cash. I picked up the first two for 180, had 120 left over. He's asking 120. I mean, it was perfect. And this one, I will say, this one is staying with me. This one's not going in a Fire Pack or anything. I definitely wanted to pick this one up for the PC. And I'm looking for the Lamar stained glass of this year too. So I want to pick one of those up as well. But anyway, I was super, super pumped to pick this one up. The micro mosaic. I think these look super cool. So anyway, that's it. The 4 pickups from the show. These 3 will probably be in a Fire Pack. I'm going to check that one out for grading. I might go to PSA. But yeah, let me know what your favorite pickup from the show was. Hopefully you enjoyed. I do, real quick before we close out, I do also want to apologize that I could not get any transactions on the GoPro. I think I messed up and picked up an older memory card, and it wouldn't let me delete any footage. It was full, so that was frustrating. I know I haven't put out a lot of videos lately. I was super excited to get back to a show, and then I couldn't record on my GoPro, so I apologize about that. Was really bummed that I couldn't get basically any footage from the show. So hopefully you guys did still enjoy the video, and I will see you soon.